Hey, fellow gun enthusiasts. You know that moment when you tap your pocket just to make sure your carry piece is still there. That little jolt of panic melting into the calm of cold steel? That's the magic of micro revolvers. And in 25, they're proving why they're still the kings of deep concealment. These aren't your grandpa's long-barreled wheel guns. We're talking featherlight, snag-free powerhouses that vanish in your jeans or a t-shirt, yet stand ready when things get dicey. There's nothing like the confidence of dead simple reliability that doesn't print or weigh you down. Sure, some folks are all about the latest high-cap semi-autos, but for those of us who want a backup or primary that's there without a fuss, these 5 micro revolvers are game changers. We'll dive into what makes each one tick, blending real-world carry insights with the specs that matter. If this gets your trigger finger twitching, hit that like button and follow Survival Gear Showcase for more no BS gear breakdowns. Ruger LCR. Kicking things off with the Ruger LCR. This is the daily driver of pocket revolvers. Think of it as the trusty pickup truck you can rely on for any job. At 6.5 inches long and 13.5 ounces, the 38 Special Plus P model balances light carry with shootability that doesn't leave your hand crying after a range session. Its hybrid frame, polymer lower, aluminum upper, keeps it sturdy without the heft, and that Hogue to Mare grip soaks up recoil like a sponge, making Plus P loads feel more like a firm handshake than a mule kick. The trigger? Man, it's a dream. One of the smoothest double action only, DAO, pulls I've ever felt on a snubby, clean, and grit-free, letting you stack rounds at 7 to 10 yards with confidence. I've run drills with LCRs, and that trigger makes precise shots under stress way easier than competitors. It's snag-free for pocket or ankle draws, and the grip's just right for control without printing through a t-shirt. Around $600 street price, it's not flashy, but it's the kind of boring excellence you want in a CCW. Always works. No drama. If you need a revolver you can live with day in, day out, the LCR's your go-to. Smith & Wesson 642. Next up, the Smith & Wesson 642, the granddaddy of pocket revolvers that's been a bestseller for good reason. It's like that old leather jacket you'll never toss. Not the fanciest, but it's got a bulletproof legacy. At 6.3 inches and 14.6 ounces, this 38 Special Plus P J-frame is a touch heavier than the LCR, giving it a solid, reassuring feel in hand. The enclosed hammer makes it draw like butter from a pocket holster, no snags. Perfect for deep concealment or as a backup for LEOs or civilians. Triggers heavier with some stacking compared to the LCR, but it's predictable with practice. I've seen new shooters get tight groups at 10 yards after a few dry fire sessions. Recoil's stout with Plus P rounds, but that extra weight helps tame it compared to lighter snubs. Priced around $550, the 642's not about modern frills. It's about a proven design you can bet your life on. If reliability and time-tested performance are your vibe, this cast iron skillet of a revolver won't let you down. North American Arms Pug. Now let's talk tiny. The North American Arms Pug is so small it's practically a magic trick. At 4.5 inches and a featherlight 6.4 ounces, I legit panicked the first time I carried it, thinking I'd lost it in my pocket next to my keys. This .22 Magnum single-action 5-shot revolver is the definition of deep concealment. If it were any smaller, you'd need tweezers to load it. You've got to cock the hammer for each shot. Old-school cowboy style, which ain't for speed shooting matches, but perfect for close-range get-off-me moments across a table or car hood. recoils a sharp snap, loud as hell for its size, but manageable if you grip it like your life depends on it. And at those distances, it might. Reloading slow, so those 5 shots are your world. But the Pug's simple, robust build is rock-solid reliable. Around $350, it's not a range toy. It's a last-ditch lifesaver, like a fire extinguisher you pray you never need. I've pocketed one for summer jogs. It's invisible but brings peace of mind. If your CCW needs to vanish completely, the Pug's your pint-sized powerhouse. Smith & Wesson 340 PD. Stepping up the power game, the Smith & Wesson 340 PD is the lightest .357 Magnum revolver on Earth. 6.3 inches, 11.8 ounces of pure engineering wizardry thanks to its scandium alloy frame and titanium cylinder. It's like carrying a feather that punches like a sledgehammer. This DAO hammerless beast is snag-free as a wet bar of soap. Ideal for pocket or ankle carry when you need serious stopping power without the weight of a full-size wheel gun. Load it with 38 Special plus P, and it's snappy but controllable for trained shooters. Full 357 loads. Brace yourself. It's a wrist rattler that demands strong hands and respect. It's like taming a wild bronco, but that power in such a light package is unreal for high-threat scenarios. The trigger's heavy but smooth, built for deliberate defense. At about $1,100, it's a pro's tool for when compromise isn't an option. If you're experienced and need a pocket rocket with unmatched punch, the 340 PD delivers. Kimber K6s. Topping the pack is the Kimber K6s. And let me tell you, this revolver feels like it was crafted by someone who gets what concealed carry is all about. It's not just a gun, it's a refined tool that blends into your life while packing serious fight. At 15.9 ounces with a 2-inch barrel, it's the heaviest on our list, but that weight's a feature, not a flaw, giving you control and shootability that makes other snubbies jealous. Chambered in 38 Special with a 6-shot cylinder, that's 20% more rounds than the rest. It's like carrying a compact sedan's firepower in a sports car frame. The stainless steel build screams premium, and the non-stacking DAO trigger? It's a revelation. Smooth, light, crisp, letting you place shots at 10 yards like you're painting with a brush. Bright front dot sight tracks like a laser, and the grip's contoured to eat recoil, even with plus P loads, making it feel less like a compromise and more like a primary weapon. Priced around $900, it's a steep but worthwhile investment for that extra capacity and polish. It vanishes under a t-shirt, yet handles like a bigger gun when it's go time. Compared to the 642's old-school grit or the 340 PD's raw power, this is the high-end hiking boot of revolvers. Tough, modern, comfortable. If you want a micro revolver that's concealable but fights like a heavyweight, the K6s is the pinnacle of 25's CCW game. All right, folks, that's the rundown on 5 micro revolvers rewriting the rules for deep concealment in 2025. From the North American Arms Pug's microscopic menace to the K6's refined firepower, these wheel guns prove simple, reliable, and discreet, never go out of style. But here's the deal. A small revolver's only as good as your training. Hit the range, practice your draw, and dry fire like your life depends on it, because it might. Which one's got your vote, and what's your go-to for staying low profile? Drop it in the comments, smack that like button, and follow Survival Gear Showcase for more straight talk gear reviews. Stay sharp, stay safe.